Hi everybody, Laura here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the December release blog hop with Pinkfresh Studio. And I have a couple of fun projects to share with you using some of these new December release goodies. So I'm going to start with the Citrus Bloom set. You get a stamp set, a coordinating stencil set, and a coordinating die. I'm going to kick it off with the Citrus Bloom stencil set. I believe there are 7 stencils in this set, so buckle in. Okay, so I have some of this Hammer Mill cardstock. I've been testing it out. Love it. I also am using this little trick that I saw from Carissa Wiley, where she used the Misty to hold her stencils, and I loved the idea when I saw it. And it works like a charm. You never have to really worry about lining up your stencils. You just butt them up in the bottom right corner of your Misty every time, and you know you're getting perfect placement. And yes, fabulous idea that I saw. Okay, from Carissa. Got to give her credit. Okay, so I'm using a mixture of colors. Going to be using all Pinkfresh Studio inks. That first pink was Sparkling Rose. This is Apricot. And then a little Lemon Whip. Now, of course, you could do all of this one color, but I'm spicing it up. You like to live on the edge. We're going citrusy. We're going warm, summery, sherbety, even though we're like right in the middle of December. We're just going to go with it. Okay, now this is stencil number 2. I am working in order, although it really doesn't matter if you work in order. I noticed halfway when I was on this particular stencil that some of these are in the shape of a lemon and some of these are not. I believe they're like little oranges or clementine. You know, here's the thing. I really don't know, and I don't think there's any citrus bloom police out there, so you can do whatever your little heart desires. I decided to make a couple of them yellow and a couple of them apricot. And as you can see here, what I am doing is going slightly heavier-handed on the edge of all the little fruits. And I do that with every stencil. At one point, I go heavier on the side, and that's where you get the gradient love. And I think it's the magic factor. Something about the gradient really brings the magic. Okay, we're on to stencil number 3. I feel like this video is going to be slightly longer. It's like a 10-minute video, which I like to keep them around 5, but it's all this ink blending. And how can I cut it out? You know, because let me tell you what, this stenciling, it's like, it makes you look like you're better than you are, okay? Pinkfresh Studio, the products, all you got to do is follow the directions. Bada boom, bada bing, you got a masterpiece. People think you're just like better than you are. But all you got to do is work your way through. So I'm just going to have to tell you a couple stories while I blend away through the 7 stencils. And then my next project is also a stencil set. So just sit down, get comfortable, and we're going to just work our way through the Citrus Bloom stencil set. Okay, how's everybody doing? Are we hanging in there? Are we making it through the holiday season? Are we festive? Are we merry? You know what? I'm trying. Sometimes I feel like a Scrooge. Because here's the thing about me. You know what my favorite days are in the year? Just the nothing days. I love just an average Friday night, get a pizza, watch a movie. I don't need a holiday. I don't need to try to find the perfect gift and, you know, bake the cookies. You know, I feel like a Scrooge when I say that. But I like an ordinary day. I'm an ordinary day suburban type of gal. But okay, I will say that I am very happy. I feel I've got almost all my Christmas shopping done. And that is a very, very good feeling. Now it's all shoved into my attic, and I'm going to have to wrap it. I'm going to have to face the music one of these days. But I did find some adorable wrapping paper at Target. You know, here's the thing about going to Target. I could spend all day just looking at wrapping paper. Anybody else? Like, it's so cute, and I want to coordinate it all. I found some cute wrapping paper that had, like, you know, the vintage red pickup truck with the Christmas tree hanging out the back. I was like, I'm sold. And then my other roll, I know it's going to be hard to believe, but it had dogs on it. So I was like, oh boy, you know, I'm that person now that wants to buy anything with a dog on it. I even saw a sweater at Loft the other day, and it said Dog Mom. And I'm like, should I? You know, I didn't do it. But I thought about it. Okay. While I was blabbing away, I finished the Citrus Bloom. we're moving on to the Heart Grid hot foil plate. This is another new product. I have this iridescent silver hot foil. It's called, what is this called? Aurora. And it's the Gemini, whatever. I don't know all the names of the foils. I just know it's iridescent and delicious. And I'm using some more of that hammer mill. Now, the good friends at Pinkfresh Studio are the ones who tip me off to that, because I don't know if you're like me, but I struggle sometimes with the hot foil. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it makes me want to drop to my knees and cry tears. But this one worked. Okay, and now for a sentiment, I'm using an older hot foil plate. It's the Perfect Sentiments. And I'm using, again, more of that Aurora foil and more of that hammer mill. But I will show you, I did everything exactly the same. And I'll show you the results. And I know you're going to get me. You're going to get it. You're going to understand why. Like, okay, look at this. I got about 50%, if that. Now, you see that one at the bottom, you're a great friend. Perfect. The high next to it, great. Look at the hello in the middle. Like, why do you have to do that to me? Why? Okay, take the coordinating die and die cut all those sentiments. Now, I'll take the ones that are salvageable and I'll tuck them back into my packaging. Save those for a future card. But I'm going to use that you're a great friend on this card. Now, I trimmed down that grid, the Heart Grid panel. Got a nice thick white border around the edge on a white card base. And they have all these little citrus bloom clusters here that I'm just going to like flank on the bottom left and flank on the top right. It's going to frame the sentiment in the middle. Sometimes when you tuck in and snuggling up the sentiments, that's not the right word, but you got to like trim it. Don't be afraid to trim your clusters so you can get a nice tuck. And I do want to mention I am using some thinner foam tape for those top. I realized, by the way, I zhuzhed it and the card is finished. But now we're going to move on to card number 2. I realized the other day when I was trying to mail a bunch of cards, sometimes my dimension is getting out of hand when you want to go mail something. And so I've been trying to use some of that thinner foam tape sometimes when I'm doing additional layers. Okay, card number 2, I'm using some more of these new products from the December release. This set is called the Built On Dreams, which is the products that I was able to feature in our, what's it called? Pinkfresh Studio had a create and connect event, like a virtual event, and I taught a class. And these were the products that I used. So I feel like I'm very used to them. And I love them, and I feel warm and cozy. I also love anything with architecture. So I'm doing a little two-tone here, a little two-tone magic with Fresh Pear and Aquamarine. There's so many different looks you can get with this Built On Dreams stencil set. Again, there's several, I think 5 or so stencils, so I'm going to work my way through. I'll tell you another story while we're blending away. Again, as you can see, I go a little heavier-handed on the one side, and that gives it the gradient love. I'll do two-tone on the blooms. I got Sparkling Rose, and then on the other side of the bloom, I'm doing a little passion fruit. And that really brings the va-va-va-voom. This is going to end up being a holiday card. But again, you could easily customize it depending on what colors you want to use for any time of the year, any occasion. You get where I'm going. Okay, another story. Last night, it's midnight. Everybody else has gone to bed. I like to stay up late. I'm a night owl. Sometimes at night I feel like I could just stay up all night. I don't know. I think the problem is I get hooked on a TV series. That's my problem. Used to be Grey's Anatomy, but as of late I am hooked on this show. It's an older show. It's called Nashville. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's like country singers. It's basically a soap opera. Country singers in Nashville trying to make it big. A lot of drama, a lot of scandals. I just love it. Okay, so I'm laying on the couch, midnight, watching my Nashville. Everybody else has gone to bed. Hank's laying on the living room floor, curled up by the Christmas tree, and it's just a merry little night. All of a sudden, he gets up, and he starts growling and barking and growling. And I look at him like, he does this sometimes. I'm like, Hank, get control of yourself. He's looking at his reflection in the living room window, and he's ready for battle. Like, he's got the stance. He's got the tail curled up. He's ready to fight war battle, and he's looking at his reflection and just barking and growling. And it's midnight, and so I had to get up, shut the curtains, because he just couldn't get a hold of himself. Now, I do want to tell you, I'm going to make a shape card. I'm using white cardstock. I'll show you how I take the house die from this Built on Dreams, and it makes the easiest shape card. All you got to do is hang it off that left side so the hinge stays intact. I'll take this off camera, run it through my die cutting machine. This is the easiest shape card you ever did see. And I think it's so fun, something unexpected. And I'm just going to cover that with tape runner and pop on my blended panel. Now for a sentiment, I'm using, now you know how I say when I hot foil those sentiments, I save extra ones. I had some of these extra ones from the Perfect Sentiments holiday set that I had foiled in gold. So that one was ready to go. I love that when you have a sentiment ready to go, you just pop it right in the center. And then I added just a few of these little gold metallic pearls by Pinkfresh Studio. And this is the cutest little Christmas card. But again, you could easily switch out that sentiment and use this same type of card any time of the year. You know, the blooms and the florals don't restrict you for any certain type of holiday. You can customize it with the colors. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure and check out the rest of the Pinkfresh Studio blog hop. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.